Give us
Hi.
your name and a little bit of background.
Okay.
Where you live and.
My name is Conrad Reeder, and Connie. People call me Connie. And I worked with John Denver on the road for 7 years in his band and did solos, sang Fly Away. I played oboe for one tour because Jim Horn hates double reed instruments. And I didn't care as much about the tinty sound. Anyway, so I was sort of a singer slash musician in John's band, and then I sang on his albums.
So how did you meet John?
Okay, I met John at an event in Santa Monica. There was an Indian guru by the name of Muktananda who was giving a talk, and I went down with my friend and had my 3-month-old baby, and we walked in, and there was John singing What One Man Can Do right in front of the guru. And I wasn't so enthralled with the guru, but I thought, oh, there's John Denver. I had never met him before. And then my baby, started to cry. So we were ushered out of the tent, and I went into the office, and I had, very discreetly nursed the baby so she would shut up. And that's, Anyway, so at that exact moment, John walked in and stood over me, glowing after his audience with this guru, and he was looking down at me, and maybe I looked like Madonna at the moment, I don't know, but he just stood there, and I said, well, hi, John, because a few days earlier, my husband, Roger Nichols, had started working with him in the studio, so I knew, and of course, everybody knew what John Denver looked like. However, I must say, he was much taller, and he didn't look that dorky in person. He was very handsome and tall and very charming, and that's how I met him. And then we sort of had this conversation about spirituality, and then that was it. And then I was singing in clubs in New York, and after a session one night, they brought John by where I was singing, and then that's how I got the gig. Actually, they said, oh, we want you to sing in the band, and then I forgot about it, and then a year later, the limo showed up at my door, so I got in.
What was he like to work with?
He was a perfectionist. We rehearsed extensively. However, we were all pro by that time. I was a studio singer, a seasoned studio singer, and everybody who worked with John was the best. And in fact, the band, I was so impressed with the band, and so was John. I mean, he had James Burton, Glenn D. Harden, Jerry Kerrigan, and Jerry Sheff, Elvis's rhythm section. And the band was just pro. I mean, these guys could play asleep. It still sounded great. It was just, he was, but I will say, I mean, you got to know his looks. John gave you that look. You had to okay, something wasn't right, And we'd listen to show tapes, and we'd study our show tapes, and it was always, how can it be better? I mean, it was very professional.
What was he like when you weren't working with him? Just socially?
Oh, he was a fun guy. We went scuba diving. I mean, whatever John was doing, he would bring his friends along, or even just go get you and bring you to come play. And he treated people like family.
So what sort of impact did it have on your life? Did your life change as a result of being or working with John?
Yes. Well, my life personally changed because I was on the route to being, a singer. I had a band. I had a record deal. I thought, I was going to, I was in the groove. And after working with John, I just thought, that is so much attention all the time. I mean, I don't know how he handled it, really. It was just everywhere, all over the world. I mean, he couldn't go anywhere. And he was always so charming. And maybe I should talk about the last time I saw John.
Okay.
Okay, at that time, this was Nashville. They had finished the Train album, the children's All Aboard.